It's time for Mr. Fundamental!
Presented by no one.
The NBA is a star-driven league, and this year, almost every team has two of them. What separates these teams from true contenders is finding value in any way possible, and that is where the Miami Heat comes in. Over the past few years, I wouldn't say the Heat are the most successful franchise from a record standpoint, mostly because of Pat Riley's desire to win now and recruit or trade for stars. But what has kept the Heat afloat as playoff contenders is finding value in every way possible. Of course, they've done well in the draft. There's Bam Adebayo, Justice Winslow, and Tyler Hero in the first round, James Ennis and Josh Richardson in the second round. Even in free agency, they've been able to squeeze out production from Hassan Whiteside, James Johnson, and Dion Waiters to some extent. But what separates the Heat from other teams, besides the Spurs, is finding and developing undrafted players. What people don't realize is that they've been doing this for years. There's Udonis Haslem, who's the franchise leader in rebounds, Joel Anthony, a decent defensive big, Tyler Johnson netted himself a $50 million deal from his shot-making and gritty defensive effort, Rodney McGruder, a 3-and-D wing that they had to waive to avoid the luxury tax. While none of these are household names, they weren't expected to contribute at all, let alone play meaningful minutes as a rotational member. That can't even be said for some players drafted in the late first round and second rounders. The Heat have continued their trend this year, and by now, I'm pretty sure you've heard of Kendrick Nunn, the least shy player coming into this NBA season. He's a combo guard, and his shot-making ability was on full display during Jimmy Butler's absence. Even after Butler's first game back, Nunn still put up 18 shot attempts that game. It's one thing to get the opportunity to put up shots, and another for making it at an above league average clip. If you think he's being set up for these shots, think again. Only 34% of his 2-pointers are assisted, only more than Goran Dragic, and 78% of his 3-pointers, behind only Dragic and Winslow. With Butler back, I'm sure Nunn's numbers will slowly level off, but that won't stop him from going off on any given night. He reminds me of Tyler Johnson, the Heat's previous undrafted scoring combo guard. I am worried about Nunn's finishing at the rim since he's only shooting 54% within 0 to 3 feet and 50% within 3 to 10 feet. But Johnson did improve his finishing in the Heat's training program, so that could be an encouraging sign. Then again, even if there is any drop-off, let's say he ends the season with averages of 10 points, 2 boards, and 2 assists on average efficiency, that's still more than what the Heat could have asked for from an undrafted player in the 2018 draft. With all the hype around Nunn, it doesn't do justice to the Heat's ability to unearth gems. After an unspectacular rookie year of playing just 15 games, Duncan Robinson should be considered as a rookie. This year, he's already started 3 games as a forward and putting up efficient numbers. He's launching over 5 threes a game and hitting them at a 43% clip, contributing to the Heat's prolific 3-point shooting, which is ranked 4th in the league. His constant movement will get him good looks, especially when all the attention will be on Butler and their young players. His skill set sort of overlaps with Hero, with less off-the-dribble shot making, which is probably why he's not getting as much media attention. While it's unlikely he'll turn into a lockdown 3-and-D forward, a 40+% 3-point shooter on good volume from an undrafted player, that's a bargain. We're not done yet. There's one more rookie to talk about. Chris Silva is a 6'8" big who hasn't put up some eye-popping numbers because 1, he's only averaging 8 minutes a game, and 2, who expects an undrafted player to put up big numbers right away? But what Silva has done is put up efficient numbers when he's on the floor. With stretch bigs in Kelly Olynyk and Myers Leonard, Silva can play in the paint. He's putting up 3 points, 3 rebounds, and a block a game, coming out to 14 points, 12 rebounds, and under 5 blocks per 36 minutes, which is absurd. But then again, per 36 can be misleading, or else Boban will be a megastar in this league. Silva has been foul prone, but he is a rookie, and he won't have that big of a role this year to foul out anyways. In the end, the Heat got a 4th big and some limited but efficient production from another undrafted prospect. While most teams in the NBA would hate to be in a purgatory state of not being good enough to win a championship and not bad enough to get a high draft pick, like the Hornets in the past few years, not many people will point to the Heat being one of these teams. This is not because of how good Pat Riley is at attracting stars to play in Miami, but because of their ability to find undrafted players and develop them into contributors. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. Please give it a thumbs up down below, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.